Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you. When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief. Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway, across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Flea Market.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Coming to you live from the tubbyandcoos.com studios. This is David D. Squared to Corbier with
Brian Held.
Hey, man, how the hell are you?
I am outstanding, sir. How are you?
I've been better.
It's all good. So, Dave, are you ready to kick this off? You want to tell all the folks how they can find us all over the net?
Sure thing. All right. Now, as always, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek, or check out the website, twigradio.com, or follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio and the Instagrams at The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, once we're on the air, we're going to load up the recording over on Spreaker.com, or you can download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. You can also find us on YouTube, iTunes, and at FoxSportsAM1280.com. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the Week in Geek. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. So we're going to get straight into Skungy's Pick of the Week. Skungy, you there? What's shaking, Bacon?
Hello.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking, Bacon?
Not a whole lot.
So,
hey, look, it's not my fault this time. I'm not even there.
Yeah, no, I know. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the mics. It's kind of crazy. So, what are we talking about this week, Skungy?
Well, I can finally, after first being announced 9 years ago, I can finally do a review of The Last Guardian.
Oh, wow. So it's not vaporware.
No, it's not. It's Last Guardian is the third game from famed director Fumito Ueda. He made before Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, which are artistically two of the best games made on the PlayStation era and the PlayStation 2. Many people think they're the most artistic games ever made. They're not necessarily they're not like your normal type of game. They're very thematic. It's put up to interpretation, and this follows with that whole genre.
Okay. Is that the one with the wolf and the paintbrush?
No, that's Okami, which is another fantastic game, which one day I will do a review on that one. This one, Last Guardian, is about this nameless boy,
all right,
who gets befriended by this bird, dog, dragon thing called Triku.
All right.
Large animal. And Whereas this game is very beautiful. As many highs as it has, it's got just as many lows.
All right.
So, I mean, for a game, obviously, that, was first announced 9 years ago and first shown footage for it 7 years ago, there's a lot of hype around it. It's not going to be as, there's no way it's ever going to live up to the hype.
Right.
Now, this game is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the graphics and just the landscape when you're outside, the physics engine of this animal and how it just basically reacts and has a mind of its own. It's the best AI companion character I've ever seen in a video game.
Well, so just from a graphical point of view, or as far as gameplay?
For an AI point of view.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just little things about it, like little mannerisms. It's just wonderful. That being said, that also leads to frustration because sometimes you need the thing. You don't have direct control over your companion, but you need him to climb on top of him to get somewhere, and sometimes he doesn't listen to you.
So you're comparing him to dog meat from Fallout 4, who would run into the traps and everything? Is that
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes he does have a mind of his own, and he does stuff like that.
All right.
The other problem is that it's a platformer. I mean, so it's a puzzle game for the most part, like a puzzle platformer.
Right.
There's really no combat because there's no way you can really defend yourself, so you have to run away and lure enemies to Triku, which is the name of the animal, to take out the enemies and whatnot. So It's more of just trying to find these logic puzzles and whatnot, which some of them can be frustrating because of the camera angle, which is a bane of any platformer's existence. But
you have no control of the camera angle?
You use the controller, but the camera angle sometimes when you get in. Now, outside it's fine, but when you're inside these dungeons, you're inside a small area with an extremely large animal that takes up half the room, so it kind of blocks the camera half the time.
No, I get you. Okay.
But that being said, it is an absolute. Where the game shines is the bond between the kid and this animal, and it's really unbelievable how it makes you feel really emotional.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that, like I said, the story is going to be up to interpretation. It kind of just throws you in there, and it does not hold your hand. It's not like, oh, look at this shining ledge. That's where you need to go. No, you kind of got to work it out, and you have to let the story come to your own conclusions with the story.
Okay.
But that's why it's an artistic type of game.
All right. Well, no, I mean, it sounds pretty cool. Any good narrative will make a game shine, even if the graphics kind of suck or whatever. But I mean, it sounds like it's not hurting in that department either.
No, it's not. Like I said, it's an absolute gorgeous game, and people have been chomping at the bit for it. Like I said, it's good. It was never going to live up to the hype. It's just. It just gets held back by some technical issues with camera and platforming.
Right. Has it been released yet?
Yeah, it just came out on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. All right. Price and platforms.
It's going to be $60, and it's only available on the PlayStation 4.
Oh, wow. So
you can't get your dirty, grubby PC hands onto it.
Well, I guess Dave can't even play it on the Xbox.
No, Dave can't play it on the Xbox either.
Wow.
This is one of Sony's. Well, all of that whole, Japan Studios, it's made by Japan Studios, which is a Sony company as well. So,
okay.
I mean, they normally, they don't always do Sony, but they are more, they're more favorable to Sony platforms.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Anything else going on? It's time for a break. Well, Dave, you have to get in here and.
I hate it when Mommy and Daddy fight.
Okay. All right, so yeah, Dave, sorry for the dead air. Dave's trying to talk to me. We're once again having a technical difficulty. I just need to get him in here to go to commercial break. But all right, so cool, Skungy. Any other quick thing before you go?
No, not really. Going to have the Dead Rising 4 review next week.
That sounds great. We look forward to it. All right, man. Well, cool. Thank you so much, Skungy. Since I have the mic now, you are not fired. We love you.
No.
Yay!
All right, man. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks.
Y'all have a great one.
Guys, stay tuned. We're going to work through these these technical difficulties over the commercial breaks. So stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance.
We've got a few accidents out there coming at O'Keefe, also St. Louis at North Broad, and La Harpe at North Claiborne Avenue. And traffic remains quite slow as you make your way from Metairie toward the CBD. Look for slowing from the 17th Street Canal all the way to the Crescent City connection going to the West Bank. And if you see traffic problems, call us, 504-620-1000. I'm Lisa Baque.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, offers more than 1,000 free online resources to inform and inspire youth and high school sports coaches, parents, student-athletes, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
A windy and chilly night ahead with lows overnight 30 north of the lake, 40 in the city. And skies clear tomorrow to be windy, sunny, and cold with highs in the upper 40s. On Saturday, lows in the upper 20s on the North Shore to the upper 30s to near 40 south of the lake, but sunny on Saturday afternoon with highs in the mid-50s. From the Fox 8 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist David Bernard.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hi, neighbor.
Mr. Rogers passed along friendship, hoping we would too. Friendship. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
At Twinings of London, we have black, green, and herbal teas that are perfect for any mood. There's jasmine green if you're feeling rushed. Lemon and ginger if you're worn down. Or berry fusion if you're feeling wild. No matter what flavor you pick, it's crafted with 300 years of expertise for the perfect balance of taste, flavor, and aroma. You have to like the sound of that. Twinings of London. Teas that fit your every mood. Find your new favorite at Target.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted, artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief.
Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book-related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
This is the Week in Geek.
Hail to the king, baby.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios, here's David and Brian.
Well, that's just what we call pillow talk, baby.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian Held with Dave on the phone because we're still dealing with technical difficulties. But
we have an interview, Brian.
I know.
Kaza.
So when we were recently at Memphis Comic and Fantasy Convention, we got to meet Kaza, who they're a Japanese band. They're living in Memphis now, and they're really great. They're like hard rock, kind of classic rock sounding guys. They do a lot of anime cons and stuff, and we got to meet them and do an interview. So
is it Kaza or Kaza?
It's Kaza, all right?
Okay.
And on both ends of the interview, we have a little bit of a song from their album Evolution. It's Wake Up 2 is the first song, and You Became the Light is the second. So you want to go ahead and fire that off?
Oh, you are my light, Brian. All right, here we go.
Wake me up into your dream. I close my eyes and make a wish. I hear the angels sing my song while I'm falling into you.
This is Brian Hell with the Weekend Geek Radio Show on Fox Sports 1280, and I'm here with Kazuha Oda from the band Kazuha, originally from Japan, but now finds themselves in the birthplace of rock and roll. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
That's fantastic. So you're a classically trained musician, but you're now in a hard rock band. Like, how did you get there?
Actually, the reason I started classic music was because of my parents. Just because, they found out I want to become a singer one day. They told me, you gotta, learn the basic. So they believe basic is all classic. So I went to like a classic music training, so many teachers. I took Italian opera lessons. Yeah, so I did that for a while. But my teacher kind of tried to get me into classic music, more like, singing operas. But I did release some opera CD too. Since when I was little, I wanted to become a rock singer. It was just the reason, my parents told me to study the basic, and then I still wanted to follow my dream. So I finally, chose what I wanted to do.
Well, and that classical foundation probably helped a whole lot with where you're at now, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. So I was fortunate enough to hear your sound check way back at MechaCon, and I was just blown away by what I heard. It's really kind of this 80s, 90s rock vibe, kind of a lot of Guns N' Roses and Queensryche kind of is. I mean, is that some of the influences that you've dealt with?
Yes.
Yeah.
Classic rock, also like, of course, Guns N' Roses, Skid Row. Yeah, there's a lot of bands I love, but mainly usually male singers. But yeah.
How do you go about the writing process? I mean, because it's just kind of very melodic, rock, and just tells a really great story. How does that come to you?
Usually I come up with, my melody first, but I work with my guitarist. He writes background music also. So whatever he creates, the image, I'll take it to my, style. And then usually my lyrics comes from my experience. Like always the process starts from my melody first. So maybe that, yeah.
So you mentioned your guitarist. Now, you're part of a three-piece band. There's a drummer, a guitarist, and then you handle vocals and bass. So how did y'all come together?
We've been working together in the music industry for a long time. And my guitar and I met in other band. It was a metal band in Japan, heavy metal band.
All right.
And we worked there for a few years together. And then we, had that same vision about the music. So we wanted to make it our way and started this band.
So now you're here in Memphis. What is it about Memphis that brings you here? I mean, I could see you're sort of centrally located.
First, I really didn't know the rock and roll was from Memphis. And we were in Los Angeles just because everybody goes to Los Angeles, So we believed in it, and then we went there. But actually, we just, kept traveling around anyway. So I met a person in Los Angeles who told me about Memphis. And he was like, the rock and roll from Memphis, and also all, roads leads to Memphis. So I was like, okay, we need to go to somewhere close to the central anyway. It gives us, much easier, to travel around. So we just kind of decided in a day. We were like, we gotta go, and then we packed everything and then came here.
No, that's great. Now, your band has, if I'm not mistaken, 3 albums out right now? Two albums. And tell me about those.
First album was actually recorded in Japan, and we released first version in Japan. But, since then, we had a lot of offers from convention or, festivals in America. So we decided to press another one, release another one in USA version. So we released that in 2010 and then started our, North American tour. Pretty much we went through like 25 to 30 states. And then, the second one is, I think it's been 3 years after the second one. So we're actually working on a new one now. So.
Well, we're very excited about the new one. I know it's gonna come out soon. So you mentioned touring, and that's a big deal for you. So what kind of tour dates are we looking at? Where are you gonna be?
December I will be kind of busy with a lot of promotional stuff. So we're going back on the road by January, like beginning of January. We are going to Oklahoma City, which is Izumi-con. It's also anime convention. And then another one is Birmingham Comic-Con. And we do have some local shows in between those cons. And then we're going back to Japan in February to get our visa renewed. And we do have a show in Tokyo in February. And then we come back right away. In the beginning of March, we have another convention in North Carolina, which is, I think, Triad Anime Convention. And then we still have more in 2017, yeah.
All right, and more than likely we're going to get you back at MegaCon again, right?
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, I heard they might not repeat the band every year, so maybe I think we have more chance on 2018.
Okay.
I believe, yeah.
All right, well, whenever you get back down, we look forward to seeing you in New Orleans again soon. So tell our listeners out there, how can they find your work?
Pretty much iTunes, Spotify, Yahoo, or, YouTube. And mostly our information is on Facebook. Yeah.
All right, and that's just Kaza?
Yeah, Kazha. Yeah.
All right, and we'll include some links in the show notes for folks to find you. So, hey, it has been an absolute pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
If I could show you deep inside my heart that I've always loved you all my life, but it's the way you're gone into the night. You shine bright, you became the light. You gave up the life we could have been on with 1,000 tears I've cried. You've taken away all our memories with your soul.
Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby and Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby and Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway. 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief. Kasha's Bazaar, located at 5727 Jesson Highway, across from Red, White, and Blue. Geeky collectibles and more. Find them on Facebook at facebook.com/Kasha's Bazaar. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jesson Highway, the Unflea Market.
Hello, creeps. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to The Week in Geek.
Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. Coming to you live from the TubbyandCoos.com studios. This is D Squared with... Hey, Brian, try your microphone. See if it works.
I don't think my microphone works.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so. Keep talking.
Check
wow.
1, check 2. Check, yeah.
Yeah, you're working. All right. We got some levels. Hooray. Oh, my gosh.
All right, let me hang up the phone.
Yeah,
all right.
No problem. You probably should have just left it on because we never know what's going to happen. All right, guys, once again, we apologize for all the technical difficulties. But, hey, it's live radio, so it is what it is.
Only one take. So, I guess, are you ready for some Top Nerd News?
Yeah, I'm ready for anything at this point in time.
And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world. Brought to you by Kasha's Bazaar. Find them at 5727 Jefferson Highway. And now, our top nerd news stories.
All right, Brian, what's topping us off tonight, man?
So, did you see the thing about Stranger Things is more popular than Game of Thrones?
That's bull.
No, okay, so look, there's some stats here. Parrot Analytics they track streaming services and stuff.
Okay.
Topped 42 million audience members.
Okay.
And
so 42 million people have watched it.
Yes. Compared to Game of Thrones, which is a little over 32 million. So,
out of out of 6 seasons? So is that just one season? Because, Stranger Things has one season. Game of Thrones has 5 or 6 at this point.
Right.
So I call BS.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
look, I'm not knocking Stranger Things. It's a great series.
Yeah,
you know?
But I mean, I think it's, 42 million viewers.
Well, yeah, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But I think that's just some of that, that clickbait kind of stuff. I think you fell for clickbait, Brian.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know.
You always do because there's no naked pictures of Natalie Portman. I've clicked on every link. It's not there.
You think that I fall for clickbait all the time?
I know I do, so I assume you must.
Wow, and it's even Orange is the New Black is over 8 million. But
I'm shocked to hear that. I thought it would be more than that. I mean, everybody's talking about Orange being the new black.
Yeah, no, Netflix has some great original programming.
They do. I mean, they really are knocking it out the park. I mean, for $8 a month, I mean, that's a steal.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so, Brian, now FX is going to be having a new X-Men series called Legion.
Yeah, isn't it related to the New Mutants?
Yeah, well, it's going to follow David Haller.
Okay.
He's technically the son of Charles Xavier. He's probably one of the most powerful mutants in the world. Now, they had 5 little teaser trailers drop, and between the 5, there was like maybe 20 seconds of audio that was worth a darn. But, if you haven't seen them, go check it out. We've got it on our Facebook page. Just go to the little search bar and type in Legion, and you'll find it. But here's a little taste of what was out of those trailers.
So is he crazy?
He believes he's mentally ill. He may be the most powerful mutant we've ever encountered.
David.
Shall we begin?
You
seem twitchy today. Are you sleeping?
Yeah, it's me normal.
How do you feel now?
Better.
All right, so in essence, what we got going on in these these trailers is it looks like there's a breakout of some sort. Where they're rescuing him from whatever facility he's in.
Right, psychiatric facility.
Yeah, and so in the little clips, it's him talking to a psychiatrist, and while he's talking to a psychiatrist, he's moving stuff with his brain and then hearing voices, which is never a good combination if you're psychic.
Well, and from the comics, Legion is one of the most powerful comic characters in X-Men. So, no, I'm interested.
I guess after the success of all the Netflix stuff and Marvel, I guess with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. still, cranking them out, I guess maybe they can actually get an X-Men show / movie correct, because the X-Men series has been woefully done. I mean, it's been pretty bad.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's still Fox, right?
Right.
So when it comes to
FX is Fox.
Yeah.
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 So that means that we'll have one really great season and they'll cancel it. And then just play reruns of Firefly.
You shut up. You take those words back. You're so mean.
I am.
All right, let's see.
We have some community news we need to talk about. We got some fun stuff happening this weekend. Is it this weekend or next?
No, it's next.
Next weekend.
It's on the 17th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Dust off your dress robes.
Yeah, Tubby and Coos partners with the Harry Potter Alliance. They're having a bake sale and the Yule Ball.
I look like my great own Tess.
I know. And it's... Apparently, the Yule Ball thing is going on all over the country. So, this is going to be our opportunity to have that. And, so, go hang out at Tubby and Coos. Great place to hang out and have some baked goodies and wear your finest dress robes, unlike Ron.
I look like my great own Tess. That's such a great line.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So, it's the 17th, December 17th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Boy, that's all day affair, man.
It is.
So, like when do the adult beverages come out? After they run out of cookies?
Probably at 7. That'll be the after party. That'll be the,
Well, now this story comes from our buddy Brian Tibbetts, the Science Ambassador Scholarship. Why don't you tell me about that?
So, they are looking at full tuition scholarship for a woman seeking an undergraduate degree in science, engineering, or math, and it's funded
math.
That's what
Sound
I said.
Like said meth.
No.
Enunciate, Mr. Held.
Math. Funded by Cards Against Humanity.
What?
Yeah.
But they're evil.
No, they're not. I mean, it's funny. They do all kind of really ridiculous things.
They really they are full disciples of truth in advertising when they say, "Do not buy this box," but people buy it anyway.
Oh yeah,
it's clearly labeled on the box. Do not buy this.
Our buddy Tibbetts got his. Please do not buy this product box. It is taller than his mom.
I saw that picture. That's great.
But the scholarship funds will be provided from Cards Against Humanity's Science Pack. It's a 30-card expansion co-authored from Zach Weinersmith of Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal, if you ever catch that webcomic.
No.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And Bad Astronomy's Phil Platt. The winner of the Science Ambassador Scholarship will receive full tuition coverage for up to 4 years.
Wow.
And look, but you know where they get all that money?
Dummies like us?
Digging holes, Dave.
Explain.
Well, so, every year for Black Friday, Cards Against Humanity just likes to thumb their nose at the world and put some ridiculous item up for sale.
Yeah, like bull feces.
Exactly, which was literal bull feces in a box, and you paid like $5 for it. But even though they don't state in the campaign that they're going to do anything particular with the money, they do cool stuff like this all the time. So This year's Black Friday sale was the holiday hole, and you paid for them to have a backhoe dig a hole for no particular reason. And they're like, where is this hole? It's in America and in our hearts.
In our hearts.
Yeah.
So I think the best story was people were kind of giving them some flack online saying, why don't you give this money to charity, demanding something? I mean, of course, they normally do. But then what was their reply, Brian?
They're like, it's your money. You give it to charity. Why aren't you giving it to charity?
Yeah, right. Why are you busting my balls about it, man?
Right.
You gave it to me,
Right, exactly. So
I'm not the intermediary, The middleman always takes a cut, just saying.
They had a live feed of the whole dig. It was great.
That is just, these guys are bona fide geniuses, man. We need to get them on the show.
You want me to work on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
All right, you know what? Let's talk about The Mummy, because that trailer dropped this weekend during Walking Dead. And The Walking Dead was a 90-minute episode last weekend, and I was not aware of it. And as most people know, I have to wake my butt up at 3 a.m. to come produce the morning show. So I normally try to get, as soon as Walking Dead is over, I'm in the bed, with a hammer, clubbing myself on the head.
Right.
Well, it was a 90-minute episode. So, sometimes they'll run long, go to, 9:04, 9:05. Well, by 9:10, I'm going, something's not right. So, 9:30, I'm like, man. But next week is the finale.
Okay.
And so that's I'm still going on about Walking Dead. This mid-season finale. It's going to be awesome. But during last week's episode of Walking Dead, they aired the international trailer of The Mummy with Tom Cruise.
Yeah. So what did you think?
Well, you know what? Here, let's give our listeners a little taste of what was in that trailer.
I saw her. She is real.
Please meet Princess Amunet. She will claim what she has been denied. Welcome to a new world of gods and monsters.
Yeah, so her eyeballs split into 4 irises, man. It's creepy cool.
I thought the whole trailer was just an excuse to watch Tom Cruise flail about uncontrollably.
I'm falling out of a plane.
Oh yeah, it was like he was in a plane, he was in a bus or a train,
he
or
was
something.
Underwater. Yeah, he rolled through a bus. Didn't they have a montage of just Tom Cruise running? Wasn't there a Tom Cruise running montage? We're gonna do a montage.
Well, I mean, are you excited to see this?
No.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be the kickoff, right?
Right. Well, you and I were talking about this before the show. Now, Universal Studios, they're trying to reboot their franchise or just kind of remake it for a new generation. Back in the 40s when it first came out, The Mummy with Boris Karloff and the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Did we share that on our Facebook page with the Creature from the Black Lagoon who kept saying, F this, F that, and he was just knocking stuff over. That's all the Creature from the Black Lagoon did in the movie. He just knocked over lamps and broke doors and flipped over couches. and forget this stupid couch and forget this door. Right. But no, they're trying to reboot and reimagine their whole monster series because if you go to Universal Studios, a whole section of the park is dedicated to the monster things that put them on the map. I mean, it boggles the mind to think that back in the 40s, people were terrified of things like The Mummy and the Wolf Man and Creature from the Black Lagoon. People got up and left the theaters because they were terrified. Mother has fainted. Oh.
We've been talking before about the Universal's reboot of this monster franchise, and didn't they try that with Dracula Untold?
They did, and I really enjoyed the movie. It's just that it wasn't the blockbuster that they were hoping, because that was what they were hoping would be a big blockbuster and kick off the whole the shared universe. Because what they want to kind of cash in with what Marvel's been doing, and DC has made some half-hearted attempts to do the shared universe. And that Dracula Untold, while it was a fun little movie, it was just, it didn't perform well. I think it only made $200 million worldwide. The
217.
Yeah, and the budget was $70 million.
70, yeah.
So, I mean, it was a great movie, but it wasn't what they were hoping for. So now they've got this new Mummy is supposed to be the new kickoff.
Was Dr. Jekyll in the Dracula Untold?
No, he was not. The only guy who was in it was Tyrion Lannister's father. Man, I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
The Daddy Lannister who got shot on the turlet.
But that was another thing that we saw, is that Dr. Jekyll is going to be the kind of the bridge between all these movies.
Yes. So he is going to be, working with the Mummy, and that was his voice we heard in the trailer just now saying, Russell Crowe, he's going to be Dr. Jekyll. And so they're trying to make it more organic. Alex Kurtzman is one of the people who's in helming this whole project. And so he's pretty much kind of said that, Dracula Untold it's not really part of the shared universe yet. So I think they're going to just either try to recast it or just redo it. I don't know.
It's kind of like Man of Steel to Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Look, I didn't say anything negative just now.
No, you're talking about the Man of Steel that had the dude from Legends of Tomorrow and where he got shot in the eyeball. That one? Yeah, that's the one. No, that was Return of Superman.
That was Superman Returns, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
I'm not talking about that.
All right, but I mean, I want the Universal movie things to do well because I was really excited when it first came out, and I don't really consider it a reboot. Yeah, I don't really consider it a reboot because, I mean, it's their own intellectual property. Universal is doing it because here's some old properties that they want to bring to a new generation.
I honestly, I think it's been long enough, right? So, we're talking 70 plus years at this point. Yeah,
and the Brendan Fraser movie was in the 90s.
Yeah,
I mean that was about it was in the 90s, maybe early 2000.
Which
I loved that one. The first movie was great. The Mummy Returns and the Dragon Emperor. Bleh.
Dawn's going to get you.
What?
She loves all of those.
Really?
So, yeah.
No. The last one was, while it was a fun romp, it was a nice jaunt through history.
Okay.
I could have done without it.
It's all good.
Are we saying we should take a break, Brian?
We should take a break.
That way? I thought you were like winking at me like you like me or something. No, that's not it. Okay, just checking.
I got nothing, Dave. Guys, stay tuned. When we get back, This Week in Geek History, close out the show with some celebrity birthdays.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Celebrity deaths, too? Do we have those?
No.
Okay.
No, 2016 has been brutal enough, Dave. They can stop.
I'm going to give you a nice paper cut and squeeze some lemon juice in it later, too. All right, guys, stay tuned. This is The Week in Geek.
Something strange in your neighborhood.
Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Before you get booked up, head over to 631 North Carrollton, right off Orleans, to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop. Off the books, Tubby & Coos is a nerd mecca for books, board games, and geeky t-shirts. So book it over to Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop at 631 North Carrollton. If you don't want to do it by the book, use their free Wi-Fi and check their stock at tubbyandcoos.com. Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, where it's all geek to me. The Vaping Tiger at 2812 Athenia Parkway, 1 block off Vets behind the Lazy Boy Gallery. The Vaping Tiger has handcrafted artisan-blended e-juices. The Vaping Tiger, 2812 Athenia Parkway and vapingtiger.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coos Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you. When you're in need of pain relief, come to Need It Relief Massage Therapy. Kat is an experienced licensed massage therapist. Check out her website and book your session online now at massagetherapykm.com. Need It Relief Massage Therapy for some much needed relief. Kasha's Bazaar has an unconventional inventory for the discerning geek collector. Comic book related collectibles, vintage New Orleans items, militaria, and plenty for your mundane friends. Kasha's Bazaar, 5727 Jefferson Highway, the Unflea Market.
We are
Final round.
This is the Week in Geek.
Excellent.
On Fox Sports 1280.
Outstanding.
Broadcasting from the tubbyandcoos.com studios.
Fight.
Here's David and Brian.
Finish him.
Welcome back, New Orleans. You're listening to the Week in Geek on Fox Sports 1280. This is Brian with
D Squared.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Your mic still works.
It's great.
Hallelujah.
All right.
So, are we doing This Week in Geek History?
We are.
All right, let's totally do it right now.
This Week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future. Yes! Oh my gosh!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Five Stones Media. Find them on the net at fivestonesmedia.com. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-da-da, da-da-da, wow, wow, wow.
Oh, jeez. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, first item on the list. December 5th, 1980. Starring Sam J. Jones, Melody Anderson, Timothy Dalton, and Max Van Sydow. It is.
Oh, my God. Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wait, who are the females?
Melody Anderson.
I have no idea who this is, so I have no idea.
Flash Gordon.
Oh, my God. How did I not get that?
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
What? You guessed it wrong. I mean, it's not like we don't play the music all the
Dang
time.
it, man.
Right.
It's just like background music at this point.
Well, true.
If you'd have said he made a cameo in Ted, I'd have nailed it.
Uh-huh. All right.
What's next?
The next one's kind of interesting. December 6th, 1768. It's the first edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
What?
Published under the title Encyclopedia Britannica, or a dictionary of arts and sciences compiled upon a new plan.
Wow. Well, this will say a lot about you and I. Probably more about me than you. But I mean, I always would go look up bad words in the encyclopedia.
Yeah, I wasn't looking up.
You didn't do it?
No, not really.
Oh, God.
But what's interesting is it's a series eventually becomes the oldest continuously published English encyclopedia, blah, 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 blah.
Now we have the internet.
Well, right. The first one, it was it eventually got into 3-bound volumes, sold for £12 sterling a piece.
12 sterling.
I know. It runs 2,391 pages, includes 160 copperplate illustrations. However, one set of illustrations, a 3-page depiction of female pelvises and fetuses in the midwifery article, will be torn from every copy by order of King George III.
Wow, what a jerk. What a jerk, party pooper.
Yeah, well.
King George. The madness of King George strikes again.
Yeah. All right. Next.
See? Apparently all the people in Britain had the same thought as I did.
Mm-hmm. So next on my list, you ready?
No. Okay, now I am.
December 7th, 1969. Oh, stop.
Sorry.
Norwegian blues everywhere are terrified as Monty Python airs the Dead Parrot sketch on BBC One.
You know what I was watching on the way in?
What's that?
What? How did we all die at the same time? The Salmon Moose.
Oh, yeah.
Life of Brian.
Oh, yeah.
No, Meaning of Life.
Meaning of Life, yes.
Yeah, good times.
And
well, I'm trying to put together a in memoriam for all the people we've lost this year. And, one of the first things that popped in my head when I'm going, let's see, what great moments of death have we had in movies and, clips and stuff. And I was just like, ooh, the Salmon Moose.
Yeah.
But the death really didn't do a whole lot, so it wasn't that funny. It's just, I don't know why the Salmon Moose always just stuck with me. Well, I didn't eat the Salmon Moose.
You could always do Cake or Death from Eddie Izzard.
Ooh, yeah. I like him in the Star Wars Cantina story.
Yeah.
That was, oh my gosh. We'll talk about it later.
No, that's fine.
We'll play it one time.
All right, next.
There's a lot of cursing, though.
I got another movie for you.
Oh, yay!
December 8th, 2000. Starring Jeremy Irons, Thora Birch, Justin Whalen, Marlon Wayans.
Oh, D&D. D&D.
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons. the last actor on here?
It was Jeremy Irons that gave it away.
Yeah.
And then, when you said
Wayans.
Jeremy Irons and then two people that I had no clue who the hell they were, I was waiting for Wayans. As soon as you said Wayans, I knew it.
The last actor on this list, though, is Tom Baker.
Oh, my God. He was in that. He was one of the elven healers, huh?
He was the druid, yeah.
I didn't believe somebody, and I ended up losing money.
Probably me.
No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Because you're never right.
All right.
All right.
Whatever. You're so awful. All right. Let's see. December 9th, 1999. So this is kind of weird. The Quebec, Canada provincial government threatened to sue video game makers Nintendo and Sony if they did not provide French language versions of their popular products by New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Products include Pikachu and Super Mario, as well as the Pokemon cards distributed in Canada by Hasbro.
So when Nintendo raised their fist, did Canada just go, I surrender?
I don't know, but I was having trouble finding this because I have a source of information that I get this stuff from, but it was
Is his name Jimmy?
No,
but
okay. It was a single sentence, and I'm like, wait, there's more to this story. Like how did the case work out? Did it go to court? What were the results? But I really can only find just the announcement that they threatened to sue.
Oh, they threatened.
Yeah, so I don't know if it ever went anywhere, but
I mean, it's a lot of work, man. You got to hire some French people to talk all Frenchy, and then you got to get some people to subtitle it. I mean,
yeah.
Du Corbier. I can say that.
Well, I mean, they should have French versions of this stuff.
They should, but I don't speak French, so just keep it coming in English.
All right. Last item on my list is December 10th, 1868. The first traffic lights are installed outside the Palace of Westminster in London, England.
What was it, like some dude with a red flag and a green flag? No.
They resemble railway signals, and they use semaphore arms and are illuminated by green and red gas lamps.
Wow.
And it was funny because I read semaphore, and I'm like, I know what that is, thanks to Monty Python, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah. So do you remember the semaphore version of Wuthering Heights? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
It's good.
There's so much Monty Python, man. And I watched it all when I was in high school, so I've probably seen every episode, but I mean, I've done so much more since high school.
Yeah, much to my wife's chagrin, I have watched much more than she cares to watch. So yeah. Anyway, you ready for some birthdays?
Yeah, sure. Oh, you know what? Also, we would be remiss if we didn't say this weekend geek history as well. December 7th, 1941, a day which will live in infamy. Yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Right.
So I was watching that movie last night.
Yeah, no, there's a bunch of folks. They did something at the World War II History Museum, and I saw a bunch of pictures roll through on Facebook.
They had one of the veterans actually make it to Pearl Harbor to there's only 4 or 5 left who survived are still alive.
Right.
All right. Birthdays.
On the 5th, Amy Acker. She was an Angel Dollhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. On the 6th, Tori Higginson. She was Dr. Elizabeth Ware from Stargate Atlantis.
Okay, I didn't watch Atlantis.
All right, on the 8th, Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
There you go.
Her butt is shaped like a heart. Did you know that?
You're probably staring a whole lot more than I am.
It was in that movie. My mother-in-law is an alien or some horrible movie like that.
How much time we got?
About 50 seconds.
Okay. On the 9th.
I'm rambling about Kim Basinger's
right.
butt.
Michael Dorn.
Oh, yeah, Worf.
Yeah. On the 11th, Ben Browder. He was John Crichton on Farscape.
Oh, okay.
And I was also Cameron Mitchell on Stargate SG-1. And on the 11th, Mos Def.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
John Glenn died today, man.
Yeah, he did.
Man. 2016. Brutal.
Guys, next week, our guest is Ash Reese from Cajun Nerd Media.
I'm going to go vape me.
Yeah, the maker of Tundamanu.
All right, guys. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
We are Fox Sports 1280 WODT New Orleans, an iHeartRadio station.
Fox Sports trending now.
Still about 25 minutes from kickoff. Oakland and Kansas City in the NFL tonight. The Raiders